What is going on, people? my voice is screwed because I just sneezed. What is going on? I think I am live. I hope I am live. There's like a 15-second delay on YouTube before finding out if I'm live or not. Quickly tweeting. Let me see. What's going on, guys? Am I even live? I'll show you what I see. It says connect streaming software. Let me refresh. Okay, I am live. What's up, guys? Good morning, good morning. Whoever are the two watching, it says 2 people are watching. You are the first 2 to come here and join. Live for 35 minutes, come join. Let me see. What's going on, guys? Hello. I'll show you what I see. It says connect streaming software. Alright. Give me a good morning. If anyone is hanging out. Oh, there you guys are. What? What's up, guys? Good morning, good morning. Whoever are the 2 watching, this over here. 2 people are watching. You are the first 2 to come here and join. Can you guys hear me okay? Welcome back, Matty. In a while. Hope you have checked our Genuine Undead. Checked out Genuine Undead. Good morning, Matty from India. What do you think of Wax Blockchain? Good morning, NFT Addiction. Wax Blockchain. I have a lot of respect for that founder. I think his name is William Quigley. Very bright, very smart person. So Wax is pretty cool. They've been around for like 4 to 5 years. They've had some drops before that are quite notable. Give me a second, guys. Let me set up over here. Let me shift some things around. Yeah. So welcome for those that have joined so far. Matty Streams happens about once a day at 8 a.m. Since Monday. Since Monday, we've been streaming daily. Today is Friday here in Melbourne. Friday, 8 a.m. We're like 16 hours ahead of most countries. Living a little bit in the future. And we stream every single day. So I've been doing a week straight going through NFT news and happenings. You might notice that the thumbnail for this is the same. That I put very little effort in anything apart from just clicking go live. And I'm winging it, to be honest. The idea is just to get me consistent, right? I don't want to put too much pressure in me getting this perfect. I just want to go 8 a.m. every morning for 5 days straight and slowly in time make it much better. I've always found that works. So I found like back in the day, that's what I used to do. I used to just go for it. Who cares? Like everything doesn't have to be perfect. In time, in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you know, the thumbnails will look good, descriptions will look good. I'll have a process for this. But what I have found is if I put too much pressure of perfection straight away, and it just takes too long. Like it'll never be perfect in my head. So yeah, we've been streaming every day for 5 days straight, and whoever's been joining regularly, thank you so much for supporting me. It's been awesome to know that you guys come here every day. So I actually take note of every single's name here, and I notice people that have come here regularly every second day or tuned in twice in the week, and appreciate every single one of you guys. Smash that like button, says John. Thank you so much. Yeah, smash that like button. I think giving me likes on YouTube gets more people. I think helps the algorithm find this YouTube live session. So please do smash that like button. Not like those regular YouTube people. But guys, if you have noticed, I have started doing a couple more things regarding content, right? So I'm going to tell you my content game, all right? I'm going to tell you guys my content game, all right? Let's jump into intro. I do have a ton of news to get through, so I've actually picked out 5 to 6 points this morning. A little bit more prepared than I was yesterday. I'm really trying to find, and I am finding some very good curation news websites that keep me on top of what the hell's going on in the NFT space. I'm going to share these with you, right? I honestly think if you get caught up in Twitter, like if you're browsing Twitter a lot, and you're trying to check for news, you just get stuck. You get stuck just browsing Twitter for ages. I don't know if you guys are the same, but I honestly get stuck on Twitter loops, checking out this drama, checking out what this person said about that, and then refreshing the homepage again, then making a tweet. And before I know it, 2 hours has passed and I haven't done any work. So I actually try and avoid Twitter home and actually go straight to the news and articles. So I'm trying to really just spend, okay, All right, Matty. What's going on the news for today? The NFT scene. You got 10 minutes to figure it out. When you figure it out for 10 minutes, you go make the content for it. Then you get on with Medikey stuff, right? So I'm trying to really be focused with my time. 059 Krishna says, big fan of your past content, man. A few months back. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. These are your comments, guys, that keep me going with content creating. You know, I have to admit, content creating is super exhausting. It's super exhausting. And the way I content create is I get very obsessed. So it's either like I do things half-assed. There's no half-assed stuff for me eventually when it comes to this stuff. Either I go all in and I'm just smashing content, or I don't do it at all. I don't know why I think like that. I wish there was some way I could just make it like just relaxed and consistent, but I just go heavy and I just go as heavy as I can. So that's why with these streams, I've been cutting them down to 35 minutes only. I don't want to do an hour and a half. I don't want to go overboard. Just do them bite-sized to just keep consistent. So I'm going to tell you my content game, right? So check this out. Desktop. All right. I honestly think when it comes to digital, if you don't have a social presence, it's going to be very hard for you to launch businesses, right? It's going to be very hard for you to launch artwork, or very hard for you to put ideas into the digital world. It seems the way digital is going, social media like Facebook, MySpace, and YouTube, it's been around for 2 decades now. It seems the way this is going is, I'm gonna follow NFT statistics. I don't even follow her. She's really good. Yeah, the way this stuff is going is that if you don't have a social media presence, your megaphone, right, that you're using is really small. For those that have a large megaphone, that have like, it's not really a count. It's not like, oh, you got to have 1 million followers. It's just the engagement and consistency. So whether it be YouTube, whether it be TikTok, whether it be Twitter, if you're consistent, you start to gather an audience, and you can ask questions to that audience. You can learn, you can integrate, you can network. It just opens up this whole opportunity window, right? So social media presence, in my opinion, is going to be big. Now, I'm not extroverted in any stretch, right? I'm probably in the middle of being introverted and extroverted. Like I feel pretty intimidated out in social settings. People probably can't tell because I'm just used to making YouTube content, so now I can take it a bit more better. But I do know, like, you know, a lot of people that have trouble making YouTube content because it gives them anxiety and all that sort of stuff. I know there's you know, that's a very real thing. But I don't know what the way around that is. I think I just know as a fact, like, making social content is going to give you a massive platform to you know, put out ideas. So my game is going to be going regular on Twitter again. Now that I'm, you know, with Medikey having 30 plus employees now, it required a lot of my time. I was trying to find a good 2-3 hours in the day where I can do social content. So that's why I'm here. But yeah, within that 2 to 3 hours, I'm going to make a ton of Twitter content. This is my thing, right? So I'm going to go heavy on TikTok. That's right. Maddie's got a TikTok. My first TikTok was like 2 years ago, and it was the shittiest TikTok in the world. Look at this. This was 2020. This is 2020. So 2.5 years ago, I literally was like, all right, Maddie, just make a freaking TikTok video. Just do it. And I made a TikTok video, and it was this. And then, you know, every now and then I'd make a new TikTok video, and it was like pretty basic. I'd get someone from my team to help me, but I was like, you know what, Maddie, you need to really figure this out, right? So I'd make so now recently I've got 2 TikTok videos over here, and I'm starting to hashtag okay. I was talked about artist royalties. I'm doing some sort of engagement, so a few people have commented here, which is cool. I've got this little text thing going on. I got a split of the video. It looks somewhat better. So I've done 2 TikTok videos in a row. I think I did one on Tuesday and one on Friday. So there's 2 over here. The biggest, there's one over here about Roblox digital fashion industry. So they released a report. So I went through that report. I think they're still a bit long. I think there's still some work to do. Someone's giving me some advice over here, saying the noise cancelling is too cranked up. I do appreciate that. I will fix that. But yeah, TikTok I think is going to be a beast. Not TikTok, short form content. So whether that exists on TikTok or YouTube Shorts, I think short form content, just because I'm watching short form content all the time. So I see, like, if I get into watching this stuff, then like if I'm watching short form content, then I have this, you know, it's natural for me to think that short form content is going to be a big deal, right? I'm going to go pretty heavy on either YouTube Shorts and TikTok. So I've started making TikTok regularly. I think I'm doing like 1 a day. I'm going to start doing at least 1 or 2 a day, maybe. It's pretty heavy. And then YouTube. So back on YouTube a little bit. Starting to make some videos again. So I put out, I'm doing live streams, and I put out Reddit NFTs last week, and putting out the Roblox content. Not really getting that much views unless I share it on Twitter. So I'm going to share this on Twitter. I didn't share this on Twitter. But yeah, I need to really fire up my content again. So yeah, YouTube live daily, YouTube content daily, maybe YouTube shorts and TikTok daily, and Twitter daily. That's my 3 to 4 different experiments. Gonna do that for 90 days and reassess. But yeah, I think what I found, and what some people have told me that are quite successful with social content, it is about consistency. It is about doing it regularly for at a scheduled time almost. And I'm gonna just check it out, right, for a while. 0x Kryptonian, what's up? What's up? Congratulations. I was gonna say welcome. I was gonna say welcome. I don't know why I went to congratulations. Hey Matty, will Medikey have a live feed of your talk at NFT Fest? Probably not a live feed. Maybe. You know what? NFT Fest, I know them pretty well. I am presenting at NFT Fest. That's a good idea. Maybe we'll do a live feed at NFT Fest. But you're going to see me in the flesh if you go to NFT Fest Australia. I'll be hanging out there with a couple of others from the Medikey community. That'll be awesome. Big fan of IRL content. Nebula says, hey Maddie. Hey Nebula. Good advice. I agree that you need to get a digital following for the future, or you won't be heard. Yeah. The way of the world is going that way, right? It's hard to deny the facts. And it can even just be email lists or a blog. Like if you're an anonymous person, maybe you don't like making YouTube content, that's fine. If you don't like making tweets and engaging with people live, that's fine. Maybe making a blog is your thing, right? Just having a blog, making content. And the way people run blogs and have access to a community is they gather an email list, and every now and then, once a week, they update that email list. They start a bit of back and forth conversation if they want to. That is the traditional way of doing this, and it's an anonymous way. You can do it completely anon. The beautiful thing, guys, is in the world of Web3, you can be an anon and have as much of a virtual presence than anyone would not being anon. A little bit of stigma around following anon and buying anon NFTs and stuff. Probably because a lot of anons have ruined it for many others, but I think that's a very big bonus for the Web3 space. Like being anonymous and being able to gather an audience and enter discussions, and even having a virtual presence, like you going to Decentraland or Sandbox in your anonymous avatar, and that avatar, whether it be a Bored Ape or a CloneX or any avatar having some sort of value, it's a pretty big deal. So I just think, like, my advice to anyone with this stuff, bear market or bull market, people always need content. And the beautiful thing about content is it compounds. The success compounds. So if you have 100 followers, then you get to 1,000 followers, and then you go disappear for a while, and you come back, you still got that 1,000 followers, you go to 10,000 followers, you can start to leverage that. NFT industry falls, maybe the NFT industry implodes on itself and doesn't do anything for the next 10 years. You've got a social platform and a brand, a Twitter account, a YouTube account, an email list that you can go, all right, well, let's not talk about NFTs. Let's explore the metaverse, or let's explore VR. Let's explore XR. Let's explore just do tourism YouTube videos and stuff, right? So you can explore and pivot, build a brand, and it compounds. It's kind of like how Amazon, super unrelated, but somewhat related. Amazon, for the first 4 years, they were just a bookstore. Amazon was just a bookstore for the first 4 years. Then as cloud became a big deal, then as Netflix became a big deal, and all these other business models came, they started to eat into everything else. So they were able to exist and compound their growth. Now that's a company is very different to brand growth, but what I'm trying to say is, if things pivot, you don't want to start from scratch, right? So brand growth, blog, whatever it may be, content will give you that. You'd probably take 3 months, 6 months to figure it out. The more blog posts you do, the more tweets you tweet, more YouTube content you make, you will get really, really good at it. I'm telling you. All right, enough about content. King Jesus Art says, hey Maddie, what's up? What's going on? Have you heard about Content Machine? How you can churn out a lot of content in a short time consistently? I have not heard about Content Machine. I don't even know what that is. I'll just put it over here so I don't forget. Content Machine. I don't know what that is. But yeah, I think AI will help with content creating. All right, guys, let's talk about news for a little bit. I'll go through this somewhat quickly, say about 10 to 12 minutes, and I'll jump back with you guys, all right? Okay, so a few little things have happened. Now, this happened a couple of weeks ago, I think. So there was this dude, this businessman, and he has set a physical art piece on fire. Has happened before. Someone's tried to do that before. It's a Frida Kahlo drawing estimated to be worth $10 million. And it's made a promotional video documenting the event. And apparently it didn't really work too well. And he sold only 4 NFTs. I don't know how true that is. I don't know how true that is. I have tried to figure out where did it say he sold 4 NFTs? I swear it said he sold 4 NFTs. There. So far, only 4 have been sold, says the New York Times. I don't know how true that is, all right? I think that could be true. I'm sure he sold a little bit more than that. But it's a quite interesting thing. There's all sorts of comments going on his YouTube channel. So he did this. He's done this. And I think he's trying to donate it to charity. But I think this is his way of launching something into the space. So he's burnt this art piece. Hey, I think I know that person. That from that show. Anyway, all these things going on, and this guy's saying that he has. Can you guys hear this? You guys can't hear this, right? Why not? One second. Why is my sound not working? All right, screw it. Figure it out later. Is it on mute? Oh, it's on mute. All right, I don't know what's going on. So let me just this. Anyway, so he's gone ahead and burnt this piece of art. This is a $10 million piece of art. He's burnt it. Right? Okay. Cool. You do your thing. Burnt the art piece. And then on the website, it's called Frida.nft. He's trying to sell them all as NFTs. So, and then he's gone over here. He's gone, what happened to the physical painting? He's gone, the painting was permanently transitioned into the metaverse on July 30th, 2022. This is a very old one. This has been 3 to 4 months ago. I don't think you can do that. I don't think there is any transitioning physical to digital in that sense. I don't think you can burn. That's a cool stunt. Burning the physical and then thinking that it works in the digital, but with the physical comes a lot of historical value. One, the physical has been created at a certain time, which is historical, got certain art strokes, etc. It's made for the physical. When you burn that and you make it in the digital form, you're actually like, it doesn't feel original. It doesn't feel original that now the NFT exists on the digital, unless the artist themselves do that. If the artist does that, then suddenly it's been created from the original artist onto blockchain. I think that might have some legs, but I don't think this happened a couple of times before, where burning the piece has people have intended it to transition into the metaverse. Right? This is pretty old news, but I just thought I'd pull it up because it popped up on my Hackanoon account. Yeah, no, I don't think that's gonna work. Anyway, let's keep going, right? Burning Man, you're done. Apple's 30% NFT tax. Now, I'm pretty sure this is old news, but again, this article's come on November 11th. But Apple 30% NFT tax. So, pretty interesting that they'll be taking a 30% tax cut. One, it's pretty positive that they're at least considering NFTs. Like they're saying yes to NFTs, but they're just charging 30%. Now, I don't know much of a business model where that is viable for any project. 30% tax in the NFT. You benefit from Apple's audience. I mean, it's access to tens of millions of people, right? But you still have to have a very good app, or you still have to have a very good game, or whatever you're launching with NFTs integrated in it for it to be successful. So maybe it's worth it, but 30% is pretty crazy. Let's keep going. All right, so this is interesting. Solana's taken a bit of a hit with the whole FTX implosion. Took a hit. It dropped over here to about $12.90, so about $13. Dropped a pretty good amount. I mean, dropped from $36 on 6th of November, so it's gone down one third, right? It's gone down a third almost, and now it's up to $18, which is not too bad. It's gone up 40%, but apparently there's going to be about $1 billion worth of Solana unlocked. Either has already happened or has been delayed or is in a couple of days. But it seems like over $900 million of Solana will be unlocked in the next 24 hours. Now, there's been word of this being a thing. Then there's been talks of it being delayed for people that have Solana and only being unlocked for developers. Whatever way you see it, in the coming week, we should see more token supply. So 14% more token supply. So what does this mean? For people that don't really know what this means, generally speaking, and this is really important to know, right? This is super, super important to know. It is easier to assess when it comes to another project because the fully diluted valuation is a question mark, so they haven't really put that yet. But I'm going to really break down some of these metrics really quickly, right? I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but if you do not know about coins and their market caps and why that matters, let me tell you. Whew, 40%. That's a beautiful thing to wake up to, eh? The green. All right. So there's a lot of people that are like, oh yeah, Matic's going to go to $100 because it's only $1. It's only 20 cents. It's definitely going to go to $100. Yeah, it's going to pump. Now, as a newbie, that's what you think, right? You're getting these tokens at 5 cents. You're looking for the 5-cent tokens. You're looking for the $1 tokens. You think it's going to go to $100. You think it's going to go to $1. It doesn't really work like that. You got to be looking at market cap. So in order for Polygon, to go to $100, right? Let's just pretend this is $1. Its market cap is already $10 billion. In order for it to go to $100, that needs to do 100x that market cap, which is the total token supply. So total token supply is where's the total? There we go. So circulating supply is 8.8 billion token supply circulating. You times that by $1, you're going to get $1.13. You're going to get somewhere around the $10-11 billion mark. So $1.13 times 8.9 billion is 11.3 billion. That's its fully diluted valuation, right? If all tokens were released, that would be its market cap. Currently, not all tokens are released. Only 8.9 billion out of the 10 billion are released. So sorry, it's $1.13 times 10 billion is 11.3 billion, right? That's what it is. Now, normally what happens is when projects release their tokens, they only release a little small fraction of this circulating supply. They only release, like, to say 20 million out of the 10 billion, and everyone rushes to buy it because it increases in price very quickly because only a little bit of that token supply is out there. Then over time, as the developers release their tokens and other VCs get their tokens unlocked, more of this supply hits the project, right? And suddenly, there's a lot more tokens out there, and the price drops. So this is actually in line. If you look at this, and you look at a lot of the projects that have dipped considerably, it's actually in line with their unlock schedule, right? Their unlock schedule, the token unlocks, they've unlocked at that point. And because they've unlocked at that point, whether it be Axie Infinity, whether it be Sandbox, a lot of these projects, they've been invested for 1.5 years. They've invested for 2 years. Their tokens get locked up. So when VC investors invest, right, this is a little bit about venture cap and angel investors. They invest. So projects go and get funding before they release their tokens. And so, like, they'll collect $20 million from their initial backers. And those initial backers will get about 5 to 10% of those tokens. And that those tokens, they'll get it at a discount, but the caveat is that they'll be locked. So cool. Like, I'm actually I have a venture firm myself called B3V. We invest in projects. We get these early access projects, right? I'm actually going to do a thread on venture cap because it is quite interesting to understand. It is a funding model. There's some pros and cons. You don't want to go to the venture capital people that are going to put pressure on you financially. And I think there's some clarification and some information that needs to go out in the Twitterverse when it comes to the venture cap. So I'll do a tweet about that. It is important to get funding from them, but it also comes with caveats, so people need to understand all of those things. But anyway, so venture and angels, right, or anyone that invested in the early days, they get a discount, but they're locked for 1 year or 2. So they can't actually sell any of those tokens for 1 year or 2. The project goes out publicly. You can buy it. This is where it starts to see. You see my cat walk around. This is where you start to see. The token hits the exchanges, everyone does things, but venture cap people can't do anything because it's locked for 1 year or 2. The only time they can sell it is when they get unlocked. which is after a year or two. And that's why after a year or two of these projects in existence, you start to see the price really plummet down. If, especially with a bear market, that bear market will double it down. But even if things are going smoothly and those token unlocks happen, and people, that's a lot of sell pressure that hits the market, right? So yeah, that's another thing to look at. So that's what's happening with Solana. Solana is releasing its tokens, or that those tokens are being unlocked. So the market cap is going to increase, and it's going to be harder for that to 2x. So again, like if Polygon needs to 100, if Polygon needs to go to $100, this thing needs to go to $10. This thing market cap needs to 100x, right? That is $1 trillion. That's $1 trillion. So that means that if you want Polygon to go to $100, you want Polygon's market cap to exceed the whole of crypto. So the whole of crypto right now is $936 billion. That's including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polygon, etc. It's everything combined, right? So if you want Polygon to go to $100, the market cap of Polygon needs to be the market cap of the whole freaking industry at this current state. You can sort of see why that's not possible. You can see why that's not possible, right? Maybe at 3x if it goes to $20-30 billion. And that's why it's really important not just to look at this dollar. It's really important to look at the economics. Look at the supply, look at the unlock schedule, look at a couple of these different things, right? Hi to Maddie's cat. Yeah, jumped off again. CryptoPunks are live. Hey Maddie, good morning, good evening. Thanks for joining. All right, guys, so let's keep going. So Solana, it looks like they're going to unlock a little bit. I think there are some sort of buying opportunities at this point, but it seems to be like catching a falling knife, right? You just don't know if it's going to keep going down. Market's looking a little bit better. I mean, it was what? It was $19,000 US dollars. I think 19,900. Bitcoin was what was it? It was 21,000 US. It was actually breaking records, and then it suddenly fell. There's going to be a little bit of choppy waters. The thing about FTX collapsing and stuff, I think that is not permanent damage. I think over time people will come in and buy crypto as usual anyway. So as long as there's nothing even more drastic, I think it's a good thing. You know, there needs to be a shakeout. These bad actors need to go away. Like, just get out. Just do your thing now. Like, if that happens in a bull market, like if everything is going sweet and everything is going awesome and Bitcoin's at $100,000 and something like that happens, it's going to just devastate the whole market. So it's best that they get the heck out now. Just go. And, you know, we keep building and doing our thing. And then over time, this becomes a thing of the past. It's better these go now, right? So good. Just all the junk, just get out during the bear market. Nissan joins the NFT hype, October 27, 2022, partnering with Grease Monkeys Games. So it looks like Nissan are doing some sort of a NFT entry via Torque Drift, almost Tokyo. This said Tokyo Drift for a second, gave me a Need for Speed vibes. Torque Drift 2, the official Nissan digital asset, are launching in-game via Grease Monkey Games. A motorsport-focused subsidiary of Animoca Brands, Nissan is the world's leading car manufacturer, and its expansion into the metaverse strengthens the narrative around Web3 gaming, blah, 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 blah. So it looks like there's a game that's coming out, and official Nissan NFTs will be used in that game. How to mint the Nissan NFTs from Torque Drift 2. Nissan and Grease Monkey Games are preparing to drop 15 exclusive NFTs in the next 12 months. Only 15. It looks like they're unique ones, and NFTs will exhibit unique Nissan models, and they're variant playable in Torque Drift. Cool. This is not the first time Nissan has done an NFT thing. So Nissan, it was a Nismo NFT back in the day. They did an auction. So this happened where they did an auction for a Nismo. I'm a big fan of GDRs. Freaking love them. I used to play Gran Turismo 2. So I don't know. Shout out to anyone that used to play the old Gran Turismos and the old Nissan, the Need for Speeds. I had a friend of mine who was car crazy. He was still a very good friend of mine. And he got me into it. So I'd grind it out to win these cars, and they'd sort of be my dream cars. I don't have a Nissan GDR yet. But this GDR was auctioned for $2.3 million. This was in October 27, 2021. That's some really cool things. I think if you bought it, it was a unique Nismo. So it was a one-of-one Nismo design just for the NFT holder. Pretty cool, to be honest. Its original reserve price was $220K. It came with a bunch of different things. I forgot what it is. I did a segment on it a while ago. But man, if you're getting like a one-of-one Nismo from official Nissan, I think this was from an actual dealer. So I'm not sure how official this is. Nope. But yeah, this is not the first time Nissan's exploring this, right? But GDRs and Nismos especially don't really sell for that much straight up. I think they sell for like maybe $300,000 to $500,000. But an NFT one sold for 2 million, 2.3. The particular NFT will be stored on Rubik's blockchain. What in the world is Rubik's blockchain? Ruby X blockchain. Is that XRP? Is that XRP? Because that's not gonna see any liquidity. What else is on Rubik's blockchain? Like if this NFT exists, that's cool, but that's seeing no liquidity, then it's just not gonna be a thing. RBT token, eh? Let's see, what's RBT? RBT coin gecko. Rubik's price. Ruby X. $93. Got very little volume. 24-hour trading volume, $12. What? Wait, this can't be it. Ruby X net. It is it. That sucks. I don't know. Does anyone know what this is? Yeah, I did cover it last year. Does anyone know what Ruby X blockchain is? I've heard of RBT. Or is that XBT? Because that's not very good. That's very little liquidity. The token is not moving hands that much. That means no one's gonna buy that NFT that exists on the blockchain when that marketplace doesn't have anyone buying anything and not even knowing it existed. Anyway, yeah, $2.3 million is, I mean, you got a physical car for it. I think the car will hold value. Dropping $2.3 million. I would do it if it was an Ethereum NFT, maybe I'd do it if I was a super Nismo fanatic, but this doesn't even exist on a blockchain that has liquidity. So I don't even know how this person is gonna sell that if he ever decides to. All right, let's keep going. Decentraland has finally released their Metaverse Festival 2022 with this pretty cool little animation. These DCL getting into their animations. I wish I could put sound for you guys, but sound isn't even working for me for some reason, so I need to figure that out. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, yeah, it looks like there's a DCL festival. I mean, they did this last time. You could go in and listen to singers, and we had a bit of a that's pretty cool. Yeah, Metaverse Festival. Sponsored by Kraken. Kraken has always been quite active in this Metaverse stuff, so shout out to them. There's all the sort of stuff that you can do. Aussie Fest, or Ozzy Osbourne's doing an event over here. They've got some pretty notable acts. Decentral Games doing some stuff here. Very, very cool. It's a good stress test. So I think it's very good for DCL to do some really, really big events. And just see how many people come. What do people like or don't like about this? And just stress test the platform. Right? It's important to stress test the platform. Now the MetaKey is actually doing something in here. So if you do go to that festival, we have designed something very cool. We've been able to get 9 parcels as part of the festival. So we are officially part of the festival. Oh, very cool. Looks like people are using Metacademy. Very, very cool. Look at this. So Ready Player One, beat the MetaKey Tetris game. So we've designed a Tetris game there. It's just fun, all right? It's just going to be fun. Last time we had this venue where you could go in there and get VIP access to people that speak. But this time we were like, you know what? Let's just do something for fun. We built a Tetris game that you can go in and play Tetris, and it's just got points, and you just every single day there's prizes. That's just how it works, right? First prize that you'll receive a 4th edition MetaKey. You get some Meta Cruise, you get some wearables and stuff like that. So we just made it fun. You know, we're like, screw it. Let's not do music. Let's not do much other stuff. I think there is some music maybe on the platform, but we just put a game in there. Let's go have fun with the game, right? So yeah, we've got some top boards, leaderboards, all sorts of stuff. So if you find it, and if you are, you know what, I will throw in some prizes. I will throw in $200 for whoever gets the top 3 with Tetris. All right, you heard it here first. I haven't even said this to the MetaKey people. Before I forget it, I'm gonna note it down. I'm gonna note it down before I forget it. $200 for top 3 winners. So $200. Let's make it $100. I was gonna say $200 split between 3, but that's gonna be a weird number. It'll be $100. I'll give $100 to anyone that wins this thing, the top 3 winners. All right. So I'm gonna double those prices for anyone that's come to my YouTube. You know, you guys supported me, so you guys have heard this here first. So go win it. So in the end of the day, in the end of November 13th, if you have the highest price, so I'll do it on the last day. So whoever on the 13th has the highest score, you will get it, right? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell everyone. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, we're doing something in here, but yeah, let's see how this this Metaverse Festival goes. I think DCL was under fire a little bit because there was this article that came out that said $1.2 billion Metaverse only has 38 users. Someone came out and made an article on that because DAP Radar, I don't know how they were reporting the statistics, but they were saying that there's only 38 people online, or there's only 38 people that came in for the 24 hours. So they weren't really reading from all of the servers apparently, and DCL came out and clarified that. But that's pretty funny. It'll be really good to stress test this. You know what, guys? To put this into perspective, right? Let's say 100,000 people rock up to this festival. This is pretty cool for a blockchain-based virtual world. Like, props to DCL and anyone else trying this stuff where you're trying to work with the nascency of blockchain. But Roblox, do you know what the freaking monthly user base of Roblox is? Roblox monthly users, do you have any idea? It's 202 freaking million people are in Roblox every month. That's insane. That's nothing. What Sandbox, even if Sandbox goes live and has millions of people, is gonna be nothing compared to Roblox. Roblox will dwarf everything and anything. Let's see what Minecraft has. So Minecraft monthly users in millions. So 93 million users in 2021. Okay, so that's okay. What about Fortnite? Fortnite monthly users. 400 million registered players. 83 million play once a month. You compare that to Roblox. Roblox is like eclipsing everything, right? And Roblox is quite interesting. It's sort of like a little bit of a mini metaverse in its own way, because there's all these games that you could play that are interoperable with each other in a sense, in somewhat of a way. Like your avatar, you can go and take them to all these other mini games. So if you treat these other mini games as other virtual worlds, the goal is that you take your avatar to all of these different virtual worlds. What Roblox has somewhat created, right? Roblox is smashing it. Like, they've got like Gen Z, like at least 1 in 2 people, more than 1 in 2 people in the US under 16 play Roblox. Isn't that interesting? That's super interesting. All right, so a couple of other notes. Bored Ape and CryptoPunks seem to be going head to head when it comes to the floor price once again. So CryptoPunks floor is sitting at where is for sale 66.75 ETH. Bored Apes are 61 ETH. So Bored Apes have been flipped again by CryptoPunks. That's crazy. It shows you the strength of legacy. It shows you the strength of historical significance. I think there's going to be a handful of projects that will just eclipse prices for any NFT project that comes out screaming utility. I think there's nothing that compares to historical grails, holy grails, in a historical sense. Like, if you think about a freaking Picasso or these art pieces that sell for $100 million, they do nothing, right? They do nothing. Just look pretty and they're amazing to collect, and the rich people go for them. The rich people don't give a shit about utility. So yeah, I think it's pretty interesting because Bored Ape not only surpassed Punks, but they went to like 130 ETH. Punks have been slowly selling, and then the beautiful thing about CryptoPunks, some of these other projects, is that the more mature the industry gets, no matter what Bored Apes does, and if there's another Bored Apes, there's like 10 other Bored Ape-esque projects as big as them that do more than them, it just all strengthens the CryptoPunks narrative, right? I never thought CryptoPunks would do this good, because I thought, okay, cool, they're a historically significant project, but there's been other projects before them. For a long time they said that they were the first. They weren't the first. But what has cemented them being very historically significant in my head has been that the industry copy pasted their model, that their model has become the standard launch model for almost every NFT project. Randomly generated 10,000 supply. Because of that, I think they are just like beyond historical significant right now. So they're interesting. I think they're going to do really, really well. Look, in the last day, there's been about 30 sales of CryptoPunks. Bored Apes dropping in price, which is interesting. Is interesting to see the king of NFTs drop. 58 ETH, trying to see 56 ETH, 58 to 56 ETH sales. A bit humbling there for Bored Apes. Well, Bored Apes owns CryptoPunks, so I don't think they care because they're getting the royalties of CryptoPunks anyway. How much royalties? Oh, they get 0% royalties. How interesting. But if CryptoPunks starts to surpass Bored Apes, then that'll be an interesting dynamic when it comes to them building utility for both projects. All right. Okay, cool. That's that. Now one last thing I wanted to get to before I jump to you guys for a chat. Do you have any pixel map or ethereal land? Says Joe. Joe, I have about 4 pixel maps. It's the 2016 project. And I have about 6 ethereal lands, version 1.2. And then I got airdropped 6 version 0.9s. So I have a ton of ethereal land, actually. If you don't know what ethereal land is, very quickly, no one really talks about ethereal world or ethereal land that much. It's actually a 2015 NFT project that came out before even Rare Pepe's. And to me, it's like the first real metaverse thing, right? You could go in there. It was a bit of an experiment. It was like after 8 months of Ethereum going live, maybe 6 months. And you can go on here and you could buy a tile. It was super basic stuff, and you could build, basic things. But it was like the first virtual land ever. And then after this came DCL, like 2 years later, right? And you can see I've got land here. I think I've got these, and I've got Medikey here. So I've bought a land. I've thrown Medikey up there just so, like, if this becomes a big deal and if people find this and suddenly this becomes like one of the, I reckon, historical significance will eventually be relevant, right? Like, people find history and books will be written, and then eventually people, like, when collectors come to this space, they'll be like, holy shit, I don't know if this thing existed. But yeah, Ethereum will probably, I don't know how long it's going to take for it to really start to get some publicity, but it historically is very significant, right? To me, at least. When the metaverse thing does blow up and metaverse land does blow up and everyone is in this virtual world, and I think like this will be a bit of a museum almost. You just get this to prop something up here so you can say that you got something on ethereal land. So I've got about 6 plots. Then I've got these 6 here. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, something like that. And I might put some other things here, maybe a DCL blogger logo, and maybe, I don't know, maybe like community generated art piece. Maybe if you guys all want to contribute to a pixelated art piece or something. I don't know, it's just fun having this for, I don't think I'll ever sell them. They're a bit they're hard to also get as well because the supply is so low. A lot of people lost their wallet. This was like a 7-year-old project that half the people lost faith in because they didn't even think NFTs would be a thing, right? A lot of people lost access to their wallets and stuff. So anyway, that's that. CloneXs. So one thing I want to talk about is the effect that an NFT crash has on NFTs. So say a crypto dumps it goes down 10 to 20%. Everyone's screaming. There's blood on the streets. What does that mean for the NFT? The state of NFTs. Like a random tale up here. What does that mean for NFTs? I'll tell you what it means, right? I'll tell you what it has meant over the last many years. It means that people panic sell the floor. If this gloom hangs over our heads for a long time, then it might affect the NFT space a little bit longer. But what I've normally found, and we can use CloneX as an example, and many others will fall under this example, is you're going to get some people that will sell very cheap. And so people will go to the floor price and be like, oh, holy crap, this went from 9.5 ETH to 7.5 ETH in 48 hours. It's definitely crashing. But what I normally find is it's really just a handful of people that do it. So if you look at this, look at the floor here. If you buy, say, 15 or 20, you're back at 8.5 ETH floor, which is what it was before this crypto crashed. The floor becomes thin because there's a select few people of every community that'd be like, all right, you know what? Like, this is too much for me. I need to get out. So they start to undercut each other when it comes to listings, and the floor price drops. But when it starts to stabilize again, it gets bought up quite quickly, and things go back to normal in the NFT scene. Same thing with every other project. Like, if you look at, I don't know what other project to look at, but if you look at anything else that's been around for a long time, like CryptoPunks have had like 20 sales today, even though it's been crash, you can say, in the crypto markets in the last couple of days. Like, what I've normally found is that NFTs, because there's less supply and people have them for more reasons than just a cryptocurrency where they can sell. All right, well, maybe if you have one CloneX, you can't sell that one CloneX. If you sell that one CloneX in and out of the project, but if you have crypto, yeah, maybe if you have 20,000 cryptocurrencies, you can sell 10,000. If you have 500, you can sell 250, right? There's some, like, everyone sells something in a crash, right? There's very rare people that long-term hold. With CloneXs or any other NFTs, it's harder to sell. So I find them holding the floor better over a long period of time, right? So I think when it comes to NFTs and when it comes to bear markets, or when it comes to this stuff, it's a very long bear market. Then it does affect everyone gets affected, and those that do well will slowly start to pop up again because they keep building and they are able to stand out from the crowd. Very rare for them to happen. I mean, even Bored Apes have dropped by a half. I know many projects have done that, have actually gone up in value. Not many. And so and in the immediate term, like as soon as there is like a negative 20% day or something really bad happens, in the next 48, 72 hours, you'll see people dumping their NFTs. But what I've normally, I give it a 3-month buffer, right? That's a very long time for many people. But usually when something really bad happens, actually, in fact, within a month, it just blows over, right? Within 3 months, you can really start, everything's sort of back to normal and people forget it even happened. So whether that be crypto suddenly crashing for no reason, or whether crypto being banned in a country or something happened, after 3 months, it's just business as usual. And the NFT industry for like 5 years, guys, I've seen it continuously recover, continuously move forward. Some of these projects still have tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in their treasury that they can use to keep pushing into making these projects better, right? So not too worried at all. Not worried at all about the NFT industry. And let it do its thing. Like the NFTs I have, they're not new projects. They're much of them are historically significant. Yeah. So let me just read some of your comments, guys, and then I will we will end for today, right? 45 minutes. I'm being naughty. I'm going over my 35-minute sessions. Doing it again. Just Abdullah Barry. Hello, Maddie. Hey, hello, everyone. Thanks for joining. Joe, do you have any Pixel Map Ethereum land? Yes, I do. Maddie, it's past 35 minutes. Thank you, YD. I'll be here for 2 more minutes, guys, and I'll leave. Luke says, hey, Maddie, what's going on? Nebula Trading. Hey, Maddie, what's your thoughts on the next GIB Metaverse? Do you think it will be Illuvium or maybe Bioland or the Medikey, of course? Yeah, I don't know. I think the thing about Metaverse is, right? Also big. That's what you want to say. It's a big Metaverse. I was trying to think what's GIB. I was trying to like, is that some synonym I need to know? Some acronym I need to know? I think like they're gonna take a long time to figure out. Like I can tell you with New Ganymede at least. So if you guys don't know what New Ganymede is, let me tell you this thing. Right? So Medikey is developing our own little metaverse. You can say. It is going to be gamified. We're gonna have a verification tick, by the way. We bought it. So New Ganymede is our own little virtual world that we are building. It's going to be a setting where you can go out there and do quests. This is just like being 4 to 5 months of development, guys. Yeah. We are going to be building all kinds of stuff. It's going to be insane. We've just recently hired an environmental artist who has worked for some very, very top games, and he's going to be doing the whole environment. About 15 people on the team. I think like it's going to take about 1.5 years to develop. We're going to have some potential places you can go out and customize. So you have your own place you can customize. So here's a little beachfront property that you can get near the beach. You can have your own little house that you can custom create. So let's see if they've got some animation. See how you can drag and drop certain things. So we'll have some default building walls and all sorts of things that you can drag and drop into the world. So we're playing around with this again, guys. We're only like 6 months in development. I have to shout out to my art team. Like even look at these effects we've got over here. We've done bosses. We've got game mechanics. You can actually fight and attack people and do all sorts of stuff. There's gamification in the game. Like our art team at the Medikey is just amazing. Like we even designed this whole Bollywood festival in DCL. Super good. So I'm very impressed with what we've been able to do. But yeah, like there's a few other virtual worlds that are under development. I think like they'll take about 1.5 years to develop into something really cool, really exciting. So it's still a long way to go, but yeah, I do think, look, I'm going to be biased and say that Medikey is just going to build something super epic. If you have a Medikey edition 4, 3, 2, or 1, any one of them, you'll get a drop. That will be one of the first items of the Medikey of New Ganymede. But yeah, there's going to be a few other virtual worlds that I think will take place. And I think the beautiful thing about DCL and maybe even the Sandbox, with DCL, they've had a 4-year head start with a virtual world building on blockchain, right? So they were building through the last bear market when no one cared about NFTs at all. So now when everyone's here, they've got a very big head start. It takes a long time to build the basics, probably 1 or 2 years to build the infrastructure of this stuff, right? Especially security-wise. Security-wise, when you're dealing with blockchain, there's a lot of security stuff you have to make sure is like perfect. You don't want someone to go to DCL and get hacked. You do that, no one's going to go to your virtual world, right? The security has to be like tight, airtight. So it's going to take some time. Who do I think is going to be the biggest? I don't know. I think there's a few big players out there. Sandbox is cool. Like, they're pretty big, but I'm like waiting for them to be public. It's been 4 years. I'm a little bit impatient now. 4 years. And I want to just bring people to the sandbox. Like, I want to be like, all right, okay, cool. Let's use our sandbox land. We've got 550 lands in the sandbox. Bioappeals are building something. There was another one. Illuvium is going to be pretty cool. So if you haven't seen the Illuvium trailer, I'm going to show you the Illuvium trailer. This looks pretty epic. Illuvium. The Illuvium trailer looks pretty epic, mostly because of their environment. Like, environment design is where it's at. It's all about going in there, feeling like you're in a good place and hanging out with your homies and doing quests around the space, exploring different cool things. So I'm not exactly sure how explorative or how social it is going to be, the Illuvium virtual world. But I mean, they've got games. So maybe you go around there and kind of like Pokemon, you bump into people and you can play these games and verse each other. This is super amazing. Like, this is so beautiful. I don't know who their environmental designer is, but my goodness, that is just like beautiful to look at. Look at this. Wouldn't you, like, my idea of a metaverse, guys, is going to a space or a world where it looks like that. Like, I would want to go there and just I would spend hours being like, oh, what is this thing? Oh, what is this creature? And having like fantasy creatures around me. Like, I want to go to a place where I've never seen anything in the real world. I don't want anything in the real world there. I don't even want people to look like real people when I go to the metaverse. I want to see monkey people. I want to see freaking people looking like dragons or flying dragons and having swords and doing all this stuff that's not possible in the IRL. I don't want anything to do with the IRL world. I've already got the IRL world for that. I think when the metaverse starts to really play on these fantasy aspects, really going to drag people in there, right? Especially when much of this is accessible by very simple to get into VR. I think so. I don't know. Like that I can see me just spending a lot of time in there with my friends, maybe my family, going like, hey guys, let's explore this space, right? So I'm super excited for like the next 10 to 20 years of this space. Hopefully I won't be old and gray till this metaverse is the metaverse that we're all hoping for, right? All right. I think I closed my window. One second. One second, guys. 1 second. Oh my god, I'm not even showing you thing. So stupid. My bad. I actually couldn't see your comments. Couldn't even see your comments. I couldn't even show you. I forgot that I'm just seeing my face over here. So let me go very quickly on screen share. So what I'm talking about is this, guys. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about, right? So Illuvium have this virtual world that's coming out. You can verse pets and go around in it. But there's this environment that is just stunning to look at, right? So existing in and exploring this environment, it's nothing new. And a lot of games have these environments. But I think this metaverse space is really going to take off and have more stickiness when there's things to do, quests to play, people to bump into, to verse, environments to hang out in. Like a whole Pokemon VR experience is what's going to keep me in there, right? Anyway, all right, guys, let's end it here. It's been 55 minutes. I have done very bad on my 35-minute promise to stay here online for 35 minutes. But anyway, if you have hung out here for more, thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's going to be, I'm going to be doing this continuously. So even Miranda's for Gala Games will have dragons. There's another game happening over there. Sorry for not sharing my screen. I totally forgot. Yeah. What? Illuvium want 9 games with an overworld explorer. That's insane. Man, I need to get someone from Illuvium here. We'll do an Illuvium interview. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Again, I do this every single day, Monday to Friday, 35 minutes, starting at 8 a.m. Melbourne time, which is 4 p.m. EST, which is 9 p.m. UK time. So tune in next time. It'll be fun. I want to start lining up some interviews next week. Maybe we'll get someone. I don't know. Maybe we'll get Illuvium. VV or IMX or Polygon or someone, right? Let's bring someone in here. Let's try and get some alpha, right? Let's probe them for some alpha. So tell me if you guys want me to ask anyone anything that you want to know, and I'll sneakily ask them it. But anyway, peace out, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with me for this whole week. Whoever's been coming here consistently, thank you so much. I'll be back on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. It is a Friday today, right? Friday. It is Friday today. All right. Enjoy.